Welcome back to the Stoop football fans. It's your boy Lolo. I'm here with Mark.
What's going on? We're here with the Pumpkins.
We are on location with the Pumpkins today. It was a fantastic not work week.
It was a fantastic game week. Absolutely, this one did not disappoint.
I gotta say,
it was everywhere. Every match was decent.
Every match was really, really.
It depends on who you root for.
Yeah, because to me it kind of ended
a
little.
You're a Crystal Palace fan. You're like pissed.
Can you be happy if you're an Arsenal fan? Like,
no.
Am I happy?
No, I wouldn't be with that.
Snatching a draw.
That performance was dreadful, but all that matters is the end.
The end, getting a draw. That I was sitting there going like,
you guys were about ready to have no points.
Yeah, and maybe they would learn something from it.
I think the time of learning for Arsenal is over. Oh. Is that who we're talking about first?
You never stop learning. Well, guys, as you know, it's Monday, so it's not Monday, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
It's the first day after the game week. And so we are talking...
It's the first cold day in Brooklyn.
We are talking...
Football.
We're talking all the matches from the game week. So let's get somebody who actually knows what he's talking about in here. Everybody say what's up to Mr. Najee.
What's going on, Najee?
Good, guys. You?
Good, as always.
We're doing well. You like our new setup?
That Stoop is not familiar.
Of course not.
It's a secret. We're in a secret Stoop. We had to move on down the road because they're doing some construction on the Stoop. Got all that YouTube money, you know.
Right. It paid for us to move
all that YouTube money got me kicked out of my apartment for not paying rent. So we're living on Director John's stoop. So say what's up to the Pumpkins. But yeah, so let's start off this week with the match that's freshest in our heads, and because I want to get it out of here. And let's go with Arsenal Crystal Palace. All right. Arsenal drew 2-2 with Crystal Palace. Man, let me hear what you guys have to say about my team, and then we can talk. And what's up, Mr. Tom? Good to see you in there. Good to see Bobby Two Scoops, Anders, everybody.
Well, as our intro said, lucky Arsenal, and Arsenal was indeed lucky. They looked great for 10 minutes. They were shit the next 80, only in stoppage time and only with the magic of Lacazette, who I think should be playing more, saves the day. I felt really bad for Patrick Vieira. That was like he baked this beautiful bread. He brought it to the table, brought out the English butter, sliced it up, spread it around, and went to take a bite, and the dog just took it away from him. Not that you guys are dogs. But the dog took it away from him. That's what I got.
Najee.
I mean, like you guys said, they started really well, scored the goals, playing at home. They're the only game on Monday. Everybody's watching. And then you score a goal and you need to score more, play better. But then you hit the brakes and you let Palace control the game and do what they did for the next, like Mark said, 80 minutes. That was not a good performance by Arsenal. The only positive you can take out is it's a 5-game unbeaten run right now. That's the only thing you could do. Otherwise, Mark is talking about Lacazette.
No, go ahead.
For me, it was like seeing Giroud last year with Chelsea. Like, I would love Giroud to start, but he was always coming off the bench. And you would feel the energy when he comes in. You're like, oh, he's going to score now. And Lacazette did that. It was a lucky goal as well. He was at the right time, at the right place, and he scored.
Right. I think the difference with Giroud is that they would save him for cup competitions. Yeah, Arsenal doesn't have that problem.
He was a super sub. Yeah. But overall, I didn't like actually the team selection for Arteta yesterday. He why change the selection when you were doing so well in the 3 games that you won previously? Odegaard playing in that position. This is not Odegaard's position there. You know,
Yeah.
he is a number 10. And previous Arsenal fans were talking about Odegaard being world class or class or whatever. I said I don't see the consistency. He gives you one game, he plays really well, and then he is not playing well the next couple games. You know,
Yeah.
and that's because he's young. Maybe he's getting used to the Premier League. I understand that.
Yeah. Well, listen, I think you definitely have a point of that, and this comes to the big major issue that everybody's talking about, really. And so it's not like I'm going to blow anybody's mind by saying that I'm unhappy with Arteta's performance in this match. Arteta, once again, I felt made either the wrong substitutions or the wrong timing of the substitutions, as well as his team selection. And I feel like he really wanted Pepe to play in this match.
Yeah.
But he's afraid of what the reaction will be if Saka doesn't start and Emile Smith-Rowe doesn't start. And then he's got Odegaard needs to start as well. And so I feel like there's these people in his mind who have to start. And so he's forcing them into weird positions. So Saka was out of position and Odegaard was out of position. And then that left Emile Smith-Rowe wandering. So Odegaard, knowing that he was on the team sheet in a further back position, not in the number 10 role, every time Odegaard got the ball and Pepe would make a run flying past him, instead of feeding him, he's like, no, I'm playing back here. Mm-hmm. And he would go back and he would pass back to Partey. And so it's like, just because, I don't know if he was trying to force the fact that he's been playing, that he was put in that role today, that he couldn't play his normal forward thinking. So I felt like we really got a shift in from Aubameyang. He may not have done amazing things, but he worked his ass off and he ran.
The first half he was great.
Like Mark said, he made a tackle.
Yeah. He made a sliding tackle.
Right.
It was like, wait a minute, I've never seen Aubameyang do that.
Yeah. So I thought he was good. I thought Pepe was trying to prove himself. But then we had Saka wandering around the pitch.
Yeah.
Didn't really seem like, I thought Saka had a terrible game.
Yeah, he wasn't very good.
And the foul that he got a yellow card on was one of the stupidest challenges I've ever seen, and you saw it on his face, like he didn't even know why he did it.
Yeah.
Not even getting into the next part of it yet, but sticking on this element. And so I thought Emile Smith-Rowe, Aubameyang, and Pepe had decent games. They at least worked their asses off. And I saw moments with Emile Smith-Rowe that, and I've been a critic of him, thinking that he's not quite ready, but I saw some stuff going, you know, we've made the joking comparison of knee socks to Jack Grealish, but I saw some things in there that I thought, this boy's got balls to go along with those skills.
Yeah.
Or skills to go along with those balls, because he made some passes and made these 29-year-old, 25, 26, these grown-ass men look silly at times. And he was very forward-thinking. I just thought Partey had a bit of an off game.
I think Partey was asked to do too much.
But why? You have Odegaard next to you like that.
But it didn't work. It didn't work. I felt that it, from all appearances, it looked like Partey was manning the middle by himself.
Yeah. It was kind of Arteta's, like, he brought like a pen and a paper and he's like, who are my stars in this team? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they need to play. You know, he didn't think about, is Sambi Lokonga gonna partnering with Partey in the middle of the field will be better for me. You know, he's just pick up a stars, put them together. We're gonna talk more about this later. About what Ole is doing with Manu.
Because Naji, on his piece of paper, he wrote Pepe.
He did.
This is the match for Pepe, and I agree. This match, like last week, was a match for Lacazette, not for Aubameyang. And he should have made that decision. But so he goes, Pepe needs to start. Well,
Right.
fuck, I can't take Saka out because then England will hate me. Oh, I
Right.
can't take Emil Smith-Rowe out because he has actually been our best player.
Yeah.
But then I can't take Odegaard out
Right.
because we paid money and he's going to
Yeah.
be the central figure. So who gets out? A defensive midfielder.
Right. Yes.
Now,
That's
more
my point.
So then you're forcing all of your creative people to be more defensive to
Right.
cover for each other.
Mhm.
And I think that's what it worked brilliantly for the first 10 minutes because it was like fucking attack, and that worked great because that's what we had.
Yeah.
But then as soon as they got the goal, they're like, okay, now let's control the game, and you only have Partey in there to do
Right.
that.
The only team that could do this is Man City. They could play De Bruyne, Foden, and Bernardo Silva as a 3 midfielders, and they could get away with it. Why? Because those 3 people are trained by Pep to do what they need to do defensively.
Exactly.
You know?
And there's no striker. So so to me, like, fine, then pull Aubameyang and go without a striker. If you need all those people to play, but don't take out, because now you're asking Partey to do too much.
Right. Do too much.
And then Partey scored 2 goals for Ghana over the international break. So now he's like, oh, I'm going forward. When I'm like, get the fuck back and be Calvin Phillips for us.
Right.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
But let's give credit where credit is due. And Crystal Palace looked good, especially with Outta, Willie Zaha. They looked bad for that first 10 minutes. And I thought
they pulled it together. They figured it out.
Yeah.
They bossed you guys around the field and took the ball. You guys gave up the ball and they made you pay.
They've been playing really good. They played really well against Chelsea and lost 3-0. But they played really well.
Yeah.
They're a good side. And they started badly.
Mark and I were just watching all the highlights right now, and I was like, they showed the moment when Lacazette scored the winner, and you see Patrick Vieira looking, and he just puts his head down. Yeah. And I told Mark,
almost like
I said that broke my heart because he's in my heart. I don't care where he goes, except maybe Tottenham. Then I might, if he managed Tottenham, it would only be to get him relegated. That would.
Hell, I even felt that pain.
But Patrick Vieira, one of the best midfielders to ever put on the shirt, and I saw that and I felt it because at that point they had been the better team. We were the better team for the first 10, 12 minutes and the last 5 minutes, which was after the 90.
Right.
But that's when Martinelli came on and there was some pace. Lacazette had just been brought on and there was some excitement.
There's some passion.
But once again, if it's not working like that, even before we were down, drawing 1-1 to Palace, no. Get some more help on that. Whatever you had planned on your piece of paper that Najee's talking about, Arteta, it's not working.
Yeah.
Make the change. So I thought actually Saka coming off and Lokonga coming on was a good. It needed to happen. I didn't think Saka was having a very good game to begin with, but then he's injured. So then you go back to okay, this is what this is what we were supposed to do.
Don't worry, Najee, we got you alibi. All right.
But yeah, see, Bobby says right here, Palace really shouldn't have dropped so deep towards the end of the match. Should have had all 3 points. Had they kept pressing, we couldn't have handled it, and they probably would have got a third. But they sat back and went for the win. I mean, they thought they could close it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, looking on the bright side, Arsenal has kept a 5-run unbeaten streak. So, hey, starting the season with 3 losses, you got to take the good where we can get the good. And yes, Saka's numbers are shocking this season. He's not having a good season. And I think we need to stop treating our wonderkins, our little Hale End boys that we love and adore so much. You got to treat them as footballers. And if he's not in form, and Pepe just showed that he can be in form, Lacazette is in form. Martinelli came on like a Spitfire.
Yeah, but the problem with Martinelli is he doesn't do that for 90 minutes.
But so give him 20.
Okay. I don't know.
Give him 6.
Going on Saka's numbers, I think he's been shocking since last season. There was a point in last season where he kind of like disappeared, and he still hasn't reappeared
Since he missed that penalty.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything.
But this result will buy Arteta more time. It will not put him under pressure for a little bit because he's building now. Like you said, 5 games unbeaten. It's important for Arsenal. That's what they were. The reaction after 3 losses. I mean, this is as good as it gets.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And I think the big complaint that a lot of Arsenal fans have this morning waking up is going, why do we still have no identity? Why do we not play with any sort of identity? The coach, the manager tries to outmanage the other manager the night before and doesn't make any sort of adjustments until the 70th minute. When clearly, if that's our identity sucks. So we'll keep an eye on that. But that's enough Arsenal talk. We've got so much
got a lot
more to talk about.
Very short amount.
And guys, we have a very special guest here today, and it's time to talk about one of our actual weekend watch lists, and that would be the fans' choice. So coming in to talk about that abysmal Southampton Leeds United match, we got Bob from Retrovolt.
What's going on, Bob?
The only one
What's going on, fellas?
The only one to talk to us because it is John. I think if we put us in the side-by-side ones, that'll work. There you go.
There
Mark
you go.
and I'll just get a little closer.
Get a little cozy.
We'll just get a little
Well,
or put Najee in the bottom.
Well, there you go. Najee's still in jail, I see.
Yeah, Najee's in jail. Yeah, we'll put Najee in the bottom. There you go. We cover his face with the score.
Well, first of all, thanks for the 20-minute warning about coming on, guys. I was fast asleep there, and I get it.
Well, you know what? We tried to get Leeds United fans over in Leeds to come talk to us, but they're already drunk.
Yeah, I don't.
They're still drunk.
They're already like, it's 5 o'clock. Tea time is over.
They've been drinking since Saturday, drinking their sorrows off.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all. Yeah, that was terrible. Absolutely. The worst game I've seen under Bielsa by far. Awful.
So Bob, Mark was saying in the weekend watch list, he was talking about he just doesn't see where the goals were coming from.
I didn't see where the shots were going to come from. No. The goals, it just guys are so injured, and wow.
And then how many shots did they have?
3.
They had 3. Yeah,
3. And Rodrigo was awful. Like you paid how much for him?
Too much.
10? Too much? He's terrible.
Awful.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I mean, we've all been saying, I've been saying as well that, can't wait to see Rodrigo play up front where he's meant to play. No, all this type of stuff.
I'm just getting out of the sun.
Oh. And he's getting a run of games with Bamford being out, and he's doing nothing. He's doing absolutely nothing, and it's worrying. And of course, your friend Mark Tyler Roberts, I think he
didn't look so good either.
He looked terrible, man. Looked absolutely terrible. So,
but I don't see that as a good position for him playing that false 9.
I don't know, man. He did have a little bit of a run up front by himself as well, but
he did. But he bottled it.
Yeah, he always takes too much time to think, and I think that's going to be the difference between Tyler being a Premier League player or what he actually is a Championship player. Too much time to think, and so I wouldn't say we're in trouble yet. I would say I think I mentioned last time I was on, Bob, you sassy bastard, so. But it's one of those things. I said last time I was on that I was worried. It was the first time I was worried under Bielsa. Then we put that performance in. And I sat there the entire time and was like, man, this is like watching us pre-Bielsa. This is how bad it was. I thought.
No, but I mean, I guess look, it was painful to watch, even more so if you're a Leeds fan.
Yeah.
But I think there are a couple of positives that can be pulled from the match.
Okay.
One is that you were never out of it. You guys were never out of it. You're only down 1-0. Through the rest of the match, so that gives you an opportunity to draw it. Sure, okay, that's positive light But
Yeah,
what
but
I think is a real positive is how well Daniel James played.
Yeah, James played well, but just going back to your point there about we were only one down. We were only one down not through anything that we did. We were only one down because Southampton were that bad at finishing.
Yeah.
A decent team would have had us 4 or 5 down, or three or 4 down by half time.
Yeah.
You know, that was my thought on it. And but yeah, it was the best game that James had played. I thought Shackleton did okay.
He was okay.
Yeah.
Harrison had his moments.
Well, guys, I mean, taking a look at this right away, anytime you see this, 1, 2, 3 straight down the middle, those are your subs.
And then
something's fucking wrong.
And you know
something's fucking wrong.
The substitutions didn't make any sense to me.
Well, but it's good to see that Forshaw, Gellard, and Somerville are getting a look, though.
You sub Rodrigo for Forshaw, who hasn't played in like 2 years.
I did not understand that.
Made no sense.
Made no sense.
Then you turn around and sub. Was it Strike gets subbed?
No, Cleach and Roberts.
Cleach gets subbed for Gellhart.
Yeah, with
which
about
should
10
have
minutes
been
to go.
He should have been the one that should have been swapped out for Rodrigo.
And then Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
Roberts was
for Somerville.
Somerville.
Isn't Somerville more of a winger anyway? So
it's kind of a combo.
It's bad to see how weak our bench looks as well. I mean, it's not just the first team. The bench is very, very weak. We got Forshaw, like you said, who's coming back from 2 years of being out. And has always done the sideways pass, that type of thing. But bringing him on when he did, I didn't understand that at all.
Yeah, it made no sense to me.
It made no sense at all. No shots on target, as John's pointing out right there, is frightening. I mean, that's really, really bad. And when we did go forward and had one kind of break, I think it was Click pass to Roberts, and we lost the ball. They broke and scored. And I thought more worrying than any of this is how bad Clicky and Dallas were looking. They're looking out of sorts too.
I really expected Stuart Dallas to have a much better game.
Yeah, I did too. He kind of lost the ball a lot. I don't know if he's injured or he's playing, hurt or what it is. He does not look like himself. And if Dallas is not firing, Leeds aren't firing. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I think so.
Look, Leeds United were scoring goals for fun last year. I mean, 3-2, 4-3. These were the result. 3-0 sometimes. But this year they've been struggling to score goals, and they haven't scored 2 goals since August 24th. I told that last week.
I remember. Yeah.
But for this game, guys, I don't think we should exaggerate that much. They were missing a lot of stars: Bamford, Calvin Phillips, and their bench, like you said, Bob, where the bench is like really, really bad. They don't have anybody that could affect the game if you brought them in.
Right.
And they couldn't get going. They got 3 shots, none on target. And Southampton, they play really good football. They are so exciting attacking with all their players. And they also struggled to score goals lately, but they played really well against City. They played really well against Chelsea, against Man United. They scored that goal that they needed. And lucky Leeds United that Newcastle lost that game. Otherwise, you guys would be in relegation zone today.
Well, worrying for me is not just the shots on target and all this type of stuff. It's the basic stuff that we're doing wrong. We're misplacing short passes. That move that we always do down the wing, that with Ayling when he's in overlapping and all this type of stuff. Mm-hmm. It's just not coming off. And I think I mentioned last time I was on that the guys all look tired. They all look super, super tired. They don't have that zip about them. Their heads are down. I don't know what it is, and I'm just hoping that Bielsa could pull it out, and I'm not sure what he's got to do. So,
do you think maybe it might be a little kind of being a little pouty over the fact that they didn't do much in during the summer transfer?
I don't know. It's weird. There always seems to be a good rapport amongst the players and all this type of stuff. And that just we seem flat. We seem flat. And bizarrely enough, I was talking about this to my buddy the other day. We miss Alioski just for his craziness.
A lot of people have been chirping about
that. He could come on and run around like a headless chicken for 20 minutes, but he'd do something, so.
Yeah,
We're
I
just
like
missing a
Alioski.
spark a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
I'm worried about how flat we look. You know,
Yeah.
So let me get this comment in here from Bobby Two Scoops. Whenever we line up with three in the back, yeah, there's that clown. Whenever we line up with three in the back, I always fear the worst. Add to the
Yeah, me
fact
too.
players on the pitch were making unforced errors. So I'm just going to show the lineup again. So essentially, you have Stuart Dallas and Jamie Shackleton as your kind of wing backs, and I just I feel like Dallas can kind of be wasted there, and usually when you play three at the back, isn't that when you're giving another team a bit more attacking credit? Wouldn't you
Yeah.
say?
Well, what teams have learned, I think, from playing is that if we play three at the back, they play two up front or at least one and one behind, but force the issue. And with Cooper's not the most mobile guy in the world, you know, and I'm not blaming Cooper because I think Cooper out of the back three the other day, I probably did the best. But it's not the best for us at all. Yes, we're looking at that lineup there, and it looks terrible. You know, we are missing our main guys, I think. But I'm just I'm a little bit worried, guys. I'm a little bit worried.
Now, who are you putting this on? Because like I mean,
Well,
we talk Arsenal, and it's every time we win,
okay.
it's the players are killing it, and every time
Yeah.
we lose, it's Arteta's
I'll
out.
tell you exactly who I'm putting this on. I'm putting this on the crappy recruitment that we've had over the last 2 years. We have not replaced Samu Sayers from 2019, pre Premier League. We've not replaced Pablo Hernandez. You know, most Leeds fans would tell you that we need a central midfielder, a good one. Our owner said, well, we're getting a new signing because Forshaw's coming back. What? He actually tweeted that. He said, yeah, Forshaw will be like a new signing. What the? But
Well,
instead
he hasn't played since 19.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah.
I am sorry, but Liam Cooper is not a Premier League defender. Like Lorente is awesome, but you know, he's not a defender that you could rely on. He makes so many mistakes lately. You know, even last year, penalties, red cards, he's done it all.
Well, Cooper's not fast enough, I like Liam Cooper, and I know he gets a lot of stick and stuff, but he's lacking a little bit of pace, so he needs to use his footballing brain to get himself into position. And Liam Cooper's football brain is not 10 out of 10. So sometimes you'll find himself, and you'll see him grabbing at players, pulling players back, that type of stuff, or being being out of position completely, that type of thing, leaving gaps at the back. I don't think Liam should be starting. I don't think he should be in the starting lineup. I think he should be on the bench. But then again, injury-wise, are we going to put him for him? So,
not exactly deep.
No, not deep at all. Not deep at all. Very, very thin squad. And Bielsa obviously likes to play with a small squad. So, what we're going to do?
Yeah. Well, guys, I don't know what to say for Leeds United, but it is not looking good right now, and something's got to change. Yes, Bamford's going to come back. Yes, Rafinha will be back. Rafinha makes people better. Bamford can actually add something.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope whatever it is comes soon, because your guys are going to start heading into the real thick of your fixture here real soon. Najee, go ahead.
I just want to add one more thing, and I don't like to rub it in, it's Tuesday, the game is over, but the guy that scored is a Chelsea loanee.
Oh, my God. Yes, he was very good.
Very good, Najee.
Brozier was awesome.
Najee,
absolutely, without a doubt. I hope he didn't blow his knee.
Yeah, well, with Chelsea's youth policy and stuff, everybody could be a Chelsea loanee because they just sign everybody and then loan them all out to everybody else, and they never play for Chelsea ever.
It's the business model.
Yeah, exactly. Just pick anyone and say he was a Chelsea loanee. That type of thing. But yeah, a little bit worried about it. I've got every faith that Bielsa can turn it around, obviously, but he's going to have to start doing something soon. Hopefully the guys coming back from injury will help out.
Yeah, man. Well, we said about Arsenal, looking on the bright side. Let's look on the bright side for Leeds United. The losses that you've had, you're not being blown out. It's not That's like true. You're letting in 3 goals a match, 4 goals a match. This is manageable currently.
Currently, yeah. I'd agree with that. Currently it is. Yeah.
Too much more.
I think if we don't do anything in the Christmas window, which I'm not sure that we will, because I'm not sure that Bielsa likes to bring in players halfway through the season, or if we don't get some of the young lads, like Greenwood, Gellert, or Somerville coming through, and they really step up and do well, I think we are going to be looking at, okay, Norwich are worse than us, Watford are worse than us, but then it's between us, Burnley, Newcastle, Southampton probably, to who else occupies that slot going down, And again, I don't want to be Mr. Miserable. I don't want to be. Obviously, I'd love Leeds to be where we were last season, but I think if we're being real about it right now, that's what we're looking at.
Yeah. Well, okay. Thank you so much for joining us, Bob, bright and early over there in California.
Not a problem.
If you guys haven't checked out Retrovolt on Instagram, go check them out. They're a lot of fun. It's a cool place. And if you're in California, go party with Bob.
Yeah. Keep the faith, lads. We can do it. Leeds.
All right.
Peace, Bob.
See you
All
later,
right, guys. We're moving on to the next match. And on our random match generator, Director John, who do we have next? He's like, I don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
We have Aston Villa and Wolves. Somebody's a happy boy.
What a roller coaster of emotions on Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning. It was, I was so angry up until the 74th minute. My wife comes in and checks on me, and she goes, "How you doing?" And I'm like, "Wolves are getting their butt kicked. It's 2-0, and nothing's going to happen. We're just going to lose." I'm being super gloomy. And then it all starts to come together. They bring in Daniel Podence.
Let's see, 68th minute, Villa are 2 up.
Yeah, they're up. No, I think they were up 2-0 up until the 75th minute.
No, they score is what I'm saying. They score. Right. You make all these changes.
Mm-hmm.
We bring
in Podence for Martial.
And what did they do? They took out Buendia.
That was the difference maker.
And he brought Fabio Silva.
That lovely little cross to Seiss that he little toe taps in, gives us a little hope.
80th.
That's
minute.
At the 80th minute. We get another one at a little scramble in front of the net at the 88th minute.
85th minute.
At 85th minute. Little scramble. Little Connor Cody gets a little knee tap in there. And then stoppage time comes.
90.
Foul on Traore. He finally gets one, which is funny too. He got the foul and he threw his arms up in the air like he was expecting a no call, like he does. Neves takes the shot, and Neves is right on target. Not the goal, but Matt target. And it ricochets off and trickles in. And that, to me, is, I don't quite want to call it a statement win, because Aston Villa is definitely the better team, but it's a momentum building win.
Yeah.
This is like and the Wolves never say die. They just kept going and going and going and never stopped. And they got 3 points. Damn.
Unbelievable. And we were talking Friday night, all of us, Mr. Tom as well, was talking about how Martinez wasn't going to start and he wasn't going to be there. And then he starts, and I'm like, glorious.
Yeah.
And I'm checking it 2-0. All right, here we go. Fantasy points.
Exactly.
End up with 1 freaking point.
That was my savior, before the Wolves rallied, was, well, at least I put Martinez in net.
Foster, who was on my bench, let 5 in and got the same amount of points. But, dude, I could not believe that, as I just kept checking the updates, and I was like, oh, Wolves got one back. Mm-hmm. Damn it. Oh, wow, they tied it up. And then I start rooting for you, going like, okay, it doesn't matter. My keeper doesn't have a clean sheet.
Yeah,
let's make Mark happy.
I think once Cody scored, I think I was like pacing. I think I wore a hole in the carpet. I was pacing back and forth. really, really wanted it, and it was
Speaking
definitely.
of the lineups, let's take a look at that. Something that confused me is the partnership that was created last week with Raul Jimenez and Hee-Chan Wang. Chan Wang. Raul Jimenez is on the bench.
Yeah, he put in. I want to say he put in full games for Mexico during the break. And maybe his luggage got lost, or I have no idea. Huang looked awful without Jimenez there. He just didn't have a very good game. And there were some things that Bruno did. I liked seeing Den Donker play a little forward because he was really good. He put in a real good match. And it was something that I had never seen before. So maybe that's something that we're going to see in the future, but Villa pretty much just shut us down for those first 70 minutes or so. And then we got one back and Villa started panicking. They're like, wait a minute, what's going on? And, if I'm Dean Smith, I'm pissed. I am pissed that I lost that match. And, Bruno,
have to be.
Bruno was so happy. He gave the team an extra day off
because that's what you need,
And then I don't think we play until Monday. Maybe Leeds is not on Monday. I don't know.
Aston Villa had the 3 points in the bag, but as soon as Wolves scored the first goal, I said they're coming back, because the way they scored and the substitution, everything changed. They wanted it more. Saiz got them back. Cody then scored the equalizer, and then what a finish by Neves. It was a lucky goal, but
it was a very lucky goal.
Yeah, and guys,
the one thing that I would wonder about Villa is if John McGinn was substituted off.
Yeah,
because if he was, then that might explain a lot of what happened. Because McGinn was doing very, very well.
He was a beast.
No, they didn't keep him.
McGinn was on the pitch the whole time. Matty Cash, though, came off, and Douglas Luiz and Emi Buendia. So a lot of your creativity in Emi Buendia is gone.
Yeah, but those substitutions were late.
Yeah, with the lead, with the 2-0 lead.
Yeah.
The only thing that was missed in this game, it would have been the best goal I've ever seen in a long time. That Traore run.
The Traore where we counted
like 8? He beat 7 men to the net and put it right at Martinez's feet.
Can you finish? Can you practice finishing? After practice, can you do something about it? Because that was the best goal I would have ever seen. Beautiful.
It was.
That would have topped Salah's.
It was.
Certainly, definitely, yeah.
In my mind, and I haven't seen a lot of footage of it, but it was very Maradona-like.
Where it's like, is nobody going to stop him? Is nobody going to stop him?
No.
Would you want to get past? Would you want to get in front of that? That guy is
maybe for $1 million.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, I just realized the time. We got to start burning through some of these. But all I can say is that's a badass win. Aston Villa, as I've been saying,
they just need to build on it.
Aston Villa is a legit team.
Yeah.
And we beat a legit team, unbelievably, but we beat them.
But I gotta say, you guys had chances earlier in the match and didn't put them away, which would have kept it tighter.
That's typical,
But that's typical Wolves. So let me just say, I would like to see Adama Traore stop shooting and have Wang and Raul in front of him, and freaking Traore,
slow the pace.
Traore should have 25 to 30 assists. With those two, Wang, the finishes that I've seen him make are already fantastic. So he's showing that he can finish. So if you give him some tap-ins, plus he's huge, the headers that those two should have, think about 2 seasons ago, Adama Traore. The balls that he was sending into the box were fantastic.
Right.
Now he's decided that he needs to score, but he cannot score. So he needs to burn past everybody, go to the corner flag and whip them in. as they come running in, one near post, one far post, that can't be covered.
Yeah.
So I was a little upset that Jimenez didn't start. But look, he came on for Wang and things changed. He didn't do it. But I don't know. That's a little weird that he comes on with 10 minutes left and you get 3 goals.
There's something that John Lawler mentioned, I think last season, was having a bit of rub of the green.
The rub of the green.
We definitely had the rub of the green
at the end there.
Absolutely.
All right, guys, let's move on to the next one. Congrats, Mark. We're very happy for you. At least one team played really well. Because, Naji, your team played like shit. One guy played really well. And he was voted Premier League Player of the Week. And that's Mendy.
Chelsea defensive record continues to be the foundation for Thomas Tuchel.
Your defense was terrible.
Your
defense was terrible.
What?
Mendy saved your ass.
Yeah, he did. And he was man of the match. He saved 3 goals for sure. And then two balls hit the post. Brentford, take nothing away from Brentford.
That's
we were lucky.
5 your defense could have let in. That's 5 that your defense could have let into Brentford. So your defense isn't that good right now. And not to mention, I looked at the goal with Chilwell. Maybe why your defense isn't that good. Chilwell was in the middle on the line of the box.
Guys,
Kovacic is here. All your defenders are in the box.
Any team, including Liverpool, have folded against Brentford. We didn't. So you have to give us credit for that.
No, I give Mendy credit for that. Once again,
Mendy is part of a team.
I'm not giving you. And he benched Alonso again.
Yes, he did. I know. Hey, Chilwell is on fire right now. 3 games in a row, 3 goals in a row. And beautiful goals.
Playing central midfield.
I want to give goal of the week for Salah, but Chilwell comes second.
That's a smash. I don't know if it's second. It was good. It was a smash. I don't know if it's second.
Are you kidding me? A second?
Look.
So what about the Rashford goal? Where does that rank?
Greenwood.
Callum Wilson's header was better.
What about Danny Ings' header?
He just smashed it. It was good, but it was just a smash.
Well, I loved it. But anyway.
It was solid. It was perfectly hit.
Brentford deserved points. Brentford deserved 1 or 3 points maybe. I said if the last 20 minutes were like hell on earth. And if Brentford scored in the 75th minute, even 85th minute, they would have won this game. We were in trouble. But man, Mendy kept saving us. But Chalobah on Tony, he guarded him so well. Chalobah, Tony couldn't do much, in that game. And
he had the overhead kick, didn't he?
Not Tony. I don't think it was Tony.
No, that was
guys.
That was Norgard.
Guys, you were watching the game. Every throw-in was like a corner. Every throw-in, I'm like, what is happening today?
That's a dangerous thing for fucking Mason Mount. Get out of here.
Yeah, he doesn't even play.
That's a dangerous thing about Brentford that people don't really talk about is they throw the ball all the way into the box. It's a corner, and they know it. So if they come to the edge, if they're over on the byline, they'll knock it off of you because they know that's a corner.
Chelsea couldn't cope with that, and we had tall defenders like Chalobah. Even Lukaku was coming back. Malang Sarr is a tall defender. And we could not... Loftus-Cheek. What a great game by Loftus-Cheek. I would take him all day, every day. But Chelsea struggled. The most important things are the 3 points. But that's how you build. Like Antonio Conte, when we won the league, we were not playing that well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Eden Hazard was bailing Chelsea all the time, like a solo goal or whatever, deflection, corner. But that's what it takes, sometimes.
Naji, you've got a point there. And if you look at I haven't done the research, but if you look at, generally speaking, every team that goes on and wins the league, at different points in the season, they rely on different people. And I think right now, for these past 3 games or so, you've been relying heavily on Mendy
my goodness.
to save you because Lukaku can't score all of a sudden.
No, look. Now, to start with Lukaku, he is not getting the.
He had a couple chances that he should have put away.
He put one over the net.
Yes, he is always asking for the ball, but like Chelsea players like Mount, Jorginho, whoever, Kovacic, they are not passing the ball when he needs it. So the service is being delayed to him. You know, he's asking for it. Just give it to him. I'm being so frustrated right now. And he can finish. I mean, the goal he scored with Belgium a week ago was awesome.
We know he can finish. We know he can finish.
De Bruyne, De Bruyne passed the ball for Lukaku. He asked for it. He gave it to him. He scored. Guys, we need to get used to Lukaku. We're still not used to him, you know? And we have that at Chelsea. I mean, not all strikers that Chelsea buys are like hit the ground running. You know, like we struggled with Shevchenko. We struggled with Morata. We have Diego Costa, Drogba, and now Lukaku. You know,
Lukaku was even subbed off.
Yeah,
he was subbed off, and we brought in
after the goal.
Havertz. They brought in Havertz. Oh, man, Havertz is killing me. It's like playing with 10 men with Havertz. I can't stand Havertz.
Brentford only made 2 subs.
Well, you only get 3.
I know, but everyone usually uses all of their
I want to point out that Tuchel doesn't think that that's enough subs. He was like, I want to go back to Europe where I get 5.
Werner worked really hard. He was running around. But again, Mendy was man of the match. Really give him credit, man. He's
one shot on target.
Yeah, I will always.
That was the goal.
I will continuously maintain Brentford plays defense, and Chelsea only got 5 shots. They only needed 1, but
yeah,
wow,
incredible. But listen, Najee, you're right. You know, as I was saying, look at Leicester, who won the league. They won on these 1-0, and where they didn't have the majority of the possession, and not saying that's who Chelsea are, but you win the league in different ways.
Teams that win the league win the games they should, and this is a game that they should have won. And now. Certainly, this was a game that, you know, it was my weekend watch list pick. It was a game that Brentford could have easily stolen, and they almost did. But this is a match that, if you want to win the league, this is a match you need to win, and they did.
Very tough game.
All right, top of the league, Chelsea, Brentford. I'm still a believer.
I'm a believer.
I think they're solid, and they've played the same way and the same fierceness, and they've played some really good teams, and they've scared the crap out of them. Look at Mendy after the match when the whistle was blown.
Yeah,
Mendy won the World Cup.
Right.
Mendy was like, oh! And you're like, dude, it's fucking Brentford.
So it's Mendy going, ah, and then it's Neves going, ah.
and then you know, Chelsea were missing Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva didn't play. You know.
Guys, but we've only got like 10 minutes left in the show, so we got to move on. Chelsea, top of the league, with an easy as it really gets.
As easy as you can.
We know there's no easy match, but you're on a good run of matches as well. So I don't see a loss for Chelsea coming in the next, I don't know.
We play Norwich next
6 weeks. Yeah, I think you're like Norwich, Brighton, things like that.
Your fixture is going to soften up real.
We played everybody earlier.
Yeah, I know. All right, Director John, who do we have next? Leicester City, Manchester United.
This was a bit of a cracker in the last.
I told you guys Leicester was going to win.
The last 30 minutes. This was a great match.
I told everybody Leicester was going to win. The only problem is I said they're going to win by 3. We watched the highlights again right now. Leicester could have had 8.
I said
could have had a number.
Actually, should have had 8.
Yeah.
United were awful.
Tielemans should have had a hat trick.
Yeah.
A hat trick of good-ass goals, too.
Yeah, he was fizzing them past the net.
Guys, listen to this. This is 2 wins for Man United within the last 7 games in all competition. The 2 wins were against West Ham when they missed a penalty in the 95th minute, and then when they won against Villarreal and they scored in the 95th minute. Those are their 2 wins.
And Wednesday they play Atalanta. And
you
right
know
now, I don't think they could beat Atlanta, much less Atalanta.
They play Atalanta and then Liverpool and then back Atalanta and then Spurs and then Man City and then Chelsea.
Yeah, it's not going to be a fun run for Ole.
Guys, think about this. That reminds me of Frank Lampard when he was managing Chelsea. What happened was we bought all these players. So automatically the expectation becomes really high. Hey man, Frank Lampard, you need to finish, you need to try and win the league and stuff. And then he could not find a balance within the team. So Ole right now, he's got the players. He even got Varane, Ronaldo, Sancho, but
Rashford.
He cannot find the balance within this team. They don't have any identity. They don't have any identity. Yeah. And he lacks tactical. He's inept tactically. He have a good players, but he doesn't have a good team. And they continue to struggle game after game. They got dominated by Leicester City. Like, dominated.
Honestly, I think the only thing about United that got dominated was Harry Maguire. That guy got.
He did.
Like, he had no business being out there. He gave up every goal. Every goal I put at the feet of Maguire.
Right.
You know, and he had no business playing. He's obviously not in form. And because of that, I think they really miss Varane.
You don't think it's him covering for the likes of fucking who was it? Lindelof and Matic? You don't think it's him covering? Because I see that he was responsible for a couple of the goals, but not fully responsible for all of them.
He has Daka wrapped up on that last one. Now, we complain about Harry Maguire and how when on corner kicks, how physical he gets. Where was that physicality on the 2 corner kicks that he let goals in on? He has Daka wrapped up. He lets him go, and the minute he lets him go, Daka scores. It's the poor play out of the back by Maguire that gives up the first goal. He backs off of Vardy on his goal. Maguire is completely responsible for this loss, as far as I'm concerned.
But no, do you blame Maguire or do you blame the coach that played Maguire? I mean, Bailly's contract was going to end, and then they're like, Bailly, we need you. They extended his contract for another 2 to 3 years. I forgot how much was it, because they promised him game time. Maguire is on one leg. Why don't you play Bailly in this game? He's fit. He's quick. He's fit. Like, what does this show to Bailly? Like, he wants to get the hell out of there now. That's a big problem. And you got Pogba, you got Ronaldo. I think the main issue with United right now is being forced to get Ronaldo.
Because he was terrible.
Terrible.
He was terrible in this match.
He is playing as a striker now. He doesn't go back. He doesn't help out. You would see Lukaku coming back and helping, pressing the ball. He doesn't do anything.
No.
Greenwood, Sancho, and Fernandes doesn't either help neither. They stay forward. They don't help. And then Pogba is a liability defensively anyway. We all know that. And Matic is 86 years old.
I say that I'm trying to think of the player that I think the same thing. We
were talking.
Andros Townsend is one of those, isn't he? Like 50?
Oh yeah, but he got the hair plugs, and now he's like 37 again, man, and he's killing it.
And all this,
but listen, oi, that doesn't help. You see 40 cars in front of you, and plus we're doing a live show. Exactly, honking helps, right? Cristiano Ronaldo, we were talking about this earlier, and somebody said, I think Bobby said, you wonder whether Ole really wanted to sign him or not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There is no need for Cristiano Ronaldo on this team. There's so many other attackers on this team. Not to mention, you're gonna have a healthy Marcus Rashford, and you're honestly never gonna start Rashford?
Cavani?
Or now you got to get rid of now Greenwood doesn't get a start when he's been one of your most informed players. Jadon Sancho, Cavani, like what are you doing? The fact that Cristiano Ronaldo didn't come off the pitch, shows you that really it's not Ollie's choice.
He should have come
off.
That
Ollie is not the actual manager of this team. And Christian Balbuca, and I guess you say we rely on long balls and last minute goals. So you're a Man United fan. Tell us who's the actual manager of this team. If you as a manager cannot pull a player off, then what's the point of being there?
It's true.
He is scared to pulling him off, because if he loses Ronaldo, he loses everything. He might lose his job,
He loses the fans.
That's just it. You lose that ticket money because people are paying. People are buying tickets to see him play in the twilight of his career.
But see, I
tell you, he looked like he's at the twilight of his career yesterday.
So for me, why not bring on an extra defender or somebody more defensive-minded for Ronaldo? You still have Jadon Sancho, Greenwood, and Fernandes and Pogba who can all score goals.
Guys, Sancho can get into any game. Like what he was doing at Dortmund, at least he had a plan at Dortmund. They want you to play that way. Here, he doesn't have a plan. He doesn't know what he's doing.
On Scott McTominay? You bring on McTominay and two more attackers?
Guys,
you're getting absolutely demolished. Even though the score was tight up until the end there.
Right.
You got to be feeling lucky that Leicester City has missed a couple of these chances.
Right.
They just missed them.
Yeah.
They should have been down a lot more. And you bring on more attackers?
I just want to know. This guy managed Molde in Norway, Cardiff City, he got them relegated, and Man United. What makes him qualified to manage Man United? His winning rate is 53%. Is it because he's a legend of the club?
Absolutely. And he was cheap.
Doesn't make you a good manager if you did this. And you know what? The board just gave Phelan, his assistant, a 2-year extension, and they gave Ole a 3-year extension before the beginning of the season. So they are doubling down on Ole. You know what? I don't think they want to win the league.
You don't think they want to? Of course they want to. I just don't think he can.
They don't want to win the league.
So, guys, enough bitching about Man United, because I don't know about you, but I'm actually very happy with the state of Man United right now. So, like last year, I was a Lampard in. I'm still Ollie in, Ollie all the way. Ollie, oxen free, Let's go. Let's talk about this team in blue, the Foxes, before we got to keep going. Jamie Vardy, once again, I thought he had a very good game.
Vardy was great.
Iheanacho was good. Tielemans was very good.
Soyuncu
got the goal.
He was good. Johnny Evans, his first game back, played decent.
Still not happy with James Maddison. Gotta say.
Yeah.
He's having an off year.
I don't think he's going to be with the team in the winter.
You think all that Arsenal talk?
I don't necessarily know it's like Arsenal talk. I just think it's a different style of play than what they played under Carlo.
But can we just say I called it? Leicester City was going to beat the crap out of Man United, and they did. I said they were going to win by 3. They only won by 2. But
they should have won by 4.
They should have won by 4. Exactly. Okay, moving on. We got to burn through these. We've got 45 seconds left.
I was 75% this week.
75%. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
That balances you back out to 55.
Now we have to change the graphic.
Watford, Liverpool. Boom. Liverpool look awesome. Salah is playing with
Mo. I want Mo.
Salah looks like he's the one who stole all of Aubameyang's confidence, because he's playing with the most confidence I've ever seen a player play with.
Yeah. He knows he's playing well.
That first goal, it was Mane's 100th goal.
Yep. The pass.
We were watching it on replay, because it wasn't even. The pass, but the movement before the ball's coming. Danny Rose goes up to get it. and it looks like Salah's going to take it off the chest. He just moves and pushes Danny Rose off the ball. Danny Rose, who, by the way, can put a dent in some McDonald's, if you know what I mean.
I was going to say, is he eating at home? Because he's getting fed.
He's
getting fed.
Woo. That was.
He's on that all carbs diet. He's eating all the carbs that I stopped eating. What?
That was a very bad defending by Rose. Very.
But
because he can't move.
It shouldn't be it shouldn't be 2 more touches and a goal. That's the absolute brilliance of Mo Salah. He lets the ball go into space outside of the left foot, 30-yard curler, where the defenders, the center backs did nothing wrong. They were covering. Yeah. They had the space covered.
It was just
inch perfect.
Inch perfect. Yes, that's the words I'm looking for. I was going to say picture perfect.
Do you know what happened?
The fact that the goal that we're talking about is not even the sit down, do it again.
Wasn't the fancy one.
Before the international break, the board and the owner of Watford came all together. It's like, guys, what do we need to do to beat Liverpool? And they're like, fire your manager. That would be the greatest idea you would ever do, is fire your manager before the international break. Everybody's on the international break, all the players, we can't train, okay? And then bring in a new manager who doesn't know nobody, Ranieri. He never managed these players before, and then put them against Liverpool. That would be a great idea for you, Watford. I hope you go down.
Yeah, but they were so listless against Leeds, a bad Leeds team.
Yeah.
What's
going on, Amy Hill? Good to see you. And then we had a mini argument over. He said man of the match should have been Firmino because he got the hat trick, and I said
when I watched the goals a second time, they were all kind of little dinky tap ins.
He was in the
I'm
right
happy
spot.
For Bobby. He got it. I hope it doesn't displace
He had an
Jota,
assist too,
but Firmino, I don't know if he had an assist.
I thought he just had a killer game.
But man of the match was Mo Salah.
It has to be Mo Salah.
And he did it with just the most graceful, another triple team, breaks it down. This time there's no help coming for Watford like it was in the last game. Yeah. Mo makes this. He doesn't even move his body. He just moves his foot. And he just puts who was it he put on the ground? I don't even know. But he puts him on.
That dude knows his name anymore.
Puts him on his backside and then just as casual and calm slots it right in there. It was a thing of beauty.
It's now
all the color is running out of my face because I'm so excited to talk.
Yeah, he was the second best player this week after Mendy. We all know that.
Salah
is moving in such a speed right now that everyone else is in slow motion that I think he was even like shocked at how easy that was. He was like, oh, I just go here and then here. Oh, excuse me. Do you mind sitting down? Thank you. No. And then because he could have done all that work and then hit it directly at the keeper.
Is he going to do that to
But United? That was unsavable. We didn't think he was going to do that against City. So is he going to do that against United?
Is he going to do that against United?
Harry Maguire.
Harry Maguire is not going to play. There's no way.
I would love a destruction by Liverpool. I would love
to. Oh, bring it on. And with Ronaldo. And then I want to see him do the Ronaldo.
Right. Bob, I honestly posted on Twitter that I think Mo Salah is the best in the world
right now
today. Maybe Benzema. Maybe,
but what he has done the past couple of weeks,
even Lewandowski,
right now, it's Mo Salah.
It's Mo Salah.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, guys. So that's going to be it for today because it is my daughter's birthday today. So I have a little preparations to do before Stoop cupcakes after school. So everybody wish my daughter a happy birthday because she's awesome.
She is awesome.
And she keeps asking if she can be on the show someday. And I said, sure, when you're 22.
Like little Najee asks me all the time.
When you're 22, you can be on the show.
when Mark leaves the Stoop, you're on the show. But he's got a iron hold on it.
So, all right, guys. But it was great talking with you guys. Good night, Mr. Tom.
I think that's a children's book that Lolo reads to his kid.
No, not at all.
Maybe when she's 20.
Mr. Tom goes to bed at like 6 a.m. By
I
the
know.
way, after
He doesn't sleep. He just plugs himself in and recharges.
Lolo Jr. All right, guys. But it was great talking with you. Thank you, Director John, for letting us use the Stoop.
Thank you, pumpkins.
Jack-o'-lantern. And we will see you guys back on Thursday for Weekend Watch List live again because work is going. Oh, shit, no. It's going to have to be Friday.
It'll come sometime. Maybe it'll come in the form of a short video that will be posted on the website. Yep. Who knows? We'll get our thoughts in on the weekend. Friday might be tough because Arsenal plays.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do
we do a watch along
or watch along.
Who knows? We don't even know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Thank
you so much,
from
Najee.
A different Stoop.
See you guys. Take care.
Can you let the warden know you're done so he can take your laptop away and lock you back up?
Face you guys.
Peace. Thank you, Director John. Thank you, all his Stoop crew. Love you guys. Adios, bitches.